Hey friends, it's me, Rhea Peterson. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have tons of motivation for you. I am bringing kitchen motivation, like cleaning out your fridge, organizing your pantry, plus I've got some meal prep and dinner ideas in there, in addition to overall cleaning the house as well. I do not have any new content for you today, but I have pulled a couple of my very favorite, most recent, most motivational videos for you so that you can get everything done that you need to. So put me on in the background, let's hang out for an extended period of time, let's get it all done. I don't know about you, but sometimes I just need enough motivation to get everything done, and I'm really hoping that I can do that for you. So if you aren't already, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. If you're new here, I'm so glad that you have found me. My name is Rhea Peterson. I upload typically twice a week on Tuesdays and Saturdays, and I cover all sorts of things, which you're gonna find out because you're gonna hang out and watch all of it and clean, and we're gonna get everything done. But we've got cleaning, organizing, decor, food, I cover all of those things, and I'm so glad that you found me. So make sure you're subscribed. Let's get everything done. Let's knock it all out. I hope that you're doing well. Let's get started. It's me, Rhea Peterson. Welcome back to my channel. I hope that you are doing well. Today we are doing all things kitchen. I have some meal prepping that I have been doing and need to do. My fridge is a disaster. I always have, like, I call it my foggy brain week, where just meal plans, using up food, getting things done is just a little bit extra hard that week. And I need to deal with foggy brain week Rhea. Present Rhea needs to deal with past Rhea's mistakes. So there's some fridge clean out that I need to do. Connor has been wanting meal prepped lunches again, and I did get some requests from some of you as well to get back to like my meal prepping. And so I'm gonna share that with you, and I need to clean out the fridge so that I can fit it all, because Connor already preps his breakfasts. He does steel cutouts like every day of the week, but now I'm also adding lunches back in instead of doing the leftovers that we'd been doing. So I really need to get my fridge organized, get that all cleaned out. It's starting to have a smell. So that is like the top priority, but also just this morning getting the kids to school, it was like a mad dash out the door. So I gotta deal with the carnage of that too. So unloading the dishwasher, doing dishes, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to be doing a really high protein crock pot meal prep. It's a pasta. It's a Chipotle pasta. I've already made it. It is so good. So good. We're going to be prepping some vegetables to have. I'm going to do like sweet potatoes, and then I'm pretty sure I have some onions and stuff that I need to use up in here. So I'm going to see what I can salvage in the vegetable drawer and probably try to roast those up as well. Other than that, just like getting my dinner board updated. I haven't done that in a while. But we are gonna start, let's get the dishwasher unloaded, get the dishes done from today, like from this morning, breakfast, lunch, that kind of stuff. And then we'll tackle the fridge, get her cleared out, and because the dishes are done and the dishwasher is empty, we can just start putting the nasty, inevitable dishes I'm gonna find just right into that dishwasher, and move on with our lives. Okay, I'm gonna stop stalling. We're gonna get started. If you're new here, I'm so glad that you found me. I hope that you'll stick around. If you're not already, subscribe to the channel, continue to hang out with me. I'm going to be doing more meal preps as much as I can. At least once a month, we clean out my fridge together, and I try to make it interesting. I mean, it's always interesting in that fridge. Foggy brain week. Foggy brain Rhea has no rules, and it gets wild in there. But again, I hope you're doing well. Let's hang out, let's get it done. Let me know down in the comments what you have to work on today, or if you're just hanging out. I love that too. But let's do it. Let's get started. Unload dishwasher is at the top of the list, so let's do it. Let's do it. Oh man. Like I said, foggy brain week is usually pretty chaotic for me. Foggy brain Rhea, she's chaotic good in every way, hopefully, but there's usually some carnage to clean up after she's had her time in the house. But honestly, it's kind of just felt like foggy brain quarter, just through all of the holidays, like from Halloween up through the new year, just without, your routines completely off with everything going on, that it's really easy to kind of get off course, get off balance. And that's why I love, coming into the new year and setting new goals and building on the goals from the previous year, because I don't really like looking back on every year, because I feel like sometimes we'll look back and think, oh, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I failed at this, when honestly, it's just really good to, see the things that you did do and the things that you did build on, because definitely creating good habits and changing takes time. It doesn't often just take a year. It can take longer than that. So I've been building on good habits like meal prepping and exercising regularly, taking time to read. Honestly, a big thing for me is self-care and stopping when I'm sick, because I am not good at, taking pause and setting things aside when I'm sick to heal my body. So then it takes me like 1,000 times longer to get over whatever I might get. And I catch stuff all the time. I don't know what it is about me, but if there's something to be caught, I'm probably going to catch it. Even if I, ate vitamin C and got enough sleep and drank all the water that I needed, I'm probably going to catch it. But that's just how my body works. So trying to be positive and do what I can to keep it as healthy as I can. And I'm just really excited. Like I said in previous videos, coming into the new year, it's positive vibes for 2025. I am all about the positivity, even in the hard things, just trying to find the silver lining, which is very much my personality anyways, but definitely trying to lean into that this year. And so just looking back at last year and also pulling all of the positives as well, because there has been a lot of growth for me, and I would hope that you have had a lot of positive things if you were to look back. Even if hard things happened, there's usually a lesson learned or something good that comes from it. So I always try to look for the good thing. But we have a lot of good things to do today, getting all of the dishes done finally, meal prep, cleaning out the fridge. So we are going to get all of these clean dishes put away, tackle the dirty ones, get the dishwasher all nice and loaded, and then hit the fridge. She needs to be cleaned out. I'm out of Tupperware, as you could see. I had like no dishes to pack anything in because it's all in the fridge with varying moldy things in them. So let's finish up getting these dishes in the dishwasher, hand wash a few things, and then hit the fridge. And I will show you how I made that meal prep once the fridge is all cleaned out and there's room for it. So I'm very excited to share that, because I'm not kidding. It turned out so good.
To be daring, baby, dance the night away. I let my head down if I won. Don't you just get tired chasing fame and being pretty all the time? Doesn't sound like fun. You can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better, so much better. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I want to be silly, baby, dance the night away. I'll kick my shoes off if I want. Let yourself be free, and maybe you will find that there is more to life than being pretty. Honey, let's just face it. You can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better, so much better. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better.
Okay, dishes are done. Dishwasher's unloaded and loaded, ready for whatever we find in here. It's not the worst it's ever been, but I'm pretty sure that there is a dish in there from either Christmas or New Year's. I honestly can't remember which holiday. New Year's? I hope it was New Year's Eve. I don't know, but we'll see. The drawers, I've started just shoving all the produce in the different drawers instead of using my containers. So I just need to get the old stuff out, get the containers in the dishwasher because I'm like out of Tupperware, and then wipe down the shelves and everything. So we'll see. I'm most worried about the vegetable drawer. I think that there's a good amount of stuff that's beyond hope.
You can do better, I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better, I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws.
It's New Year's. It's from New Year's. Ew. Well, here are all the containers that I pulled out that need to be emptied. And then this is all the stuff that I need to fit back into the fridge. You can see the meal preps back there. So I'm gonna get everything wiped down. I didn't bother doing the little turntable in the back. It was fine. It hadn't been that long since I'd wiped it out. So I just kind of skipped that part, but that's okay. It's okay to cut a corner or 2 or 5, depending on what you need to do for yourself. And I guess it really depends on what you're doing too. There are some things that you definitely should not cut corners with. And I'm afraid to think of a good example, but if you wanted to, leave a comment. What's a thing that you definitely shouldn't cut corners with? I'm curious to see where your mind goes for that. But I'm going to finish just wiping this all out, get everything put back in, and then we need to pull the drawers out. You can see all of the produce in there that isn't going to be there much longer because, spoiler, a lot of it was spoiled. Because I'm the kind of person too, if I'm worried that it's gross or I can't remember when I put it in there, there's like a switch that flips in my head and then I'm afraid to eat it. So I'm working on that. I don't know how to fix that though. I really don't. But I found a lot of spinach, and you can see there was even more that I hadn't noticed yet until this very moment here. I wouldn't eat this. Best if used by December 19th. This drawer. She's dangerous. I have no memory of buying this broccoli. Or this cauliflower. Probably shouldn't eat these. Oh no. Oh jeez.
I just gotta know. So dumb. I wish I could get you out of my head. So dumb. I wish I could get you out of my head. So numb. Doing all I can to move, but I can't. Oh no. I gotta let you go. So dumb. I wish I could get you out of my head. I wish I could get you out of my head. So dumb. I wish I could get you out of my head.
We were able to salvage a little bit. It did hurt my heart to let go of as much as I did, but it just seems like that's often what our fridge cleanouts together are. I mean, lamenting the food that had to be thrown away. But our city does composting, so I was able to put all of that spoiled food into our yard waste bin, and then it will go and get composted. And we can actually get compost from the city every year as well. Like, we get a portion of it. So that's the positive that I'm aiming for, and it could have been a lot worse. There could have been more things in there that went bad, and I was able to salvage a couple of things. So I'm trying to find the positive. Sometimes it might sound like I'm making excuses, but you can't win them all. There's usually going to be something that goes bad in your fridge, and there just happened to be kind of a good amount for me this time. But we definitely just kind of move on from it, I guess. This is me just helping to normalize gross things in the fridge and forgetting that things were there, or being afraid of your leftovers because you can't remember how long they've been in there. Because that's me. And if I were smart, I would label them and put the date on them. And I am smart, but I'm apparently not smart about that. That is a good idea though. I might try that. We'll see.
How could I be so stupid when I got all the signs? I guess that is love. Now the red flags are lucid, and I know that I'll be fine. I guess that is self-love. You think I'm going crazy, but I'm not missing you. I only miss the illusion you pretended to be. I'm not acting crazy, I just said we're through. Baby, you gave a lot. But what about trust? What about all this time you looked in my eyes, babe? What about
Well, I'm about finished here with the refrigerator, and then we are going to jump back and I'm going to show you our meal prep. I made a cheesy Chipotle chicken pasta in the crock pot. It was really, really good. It took a couple of steps, but it's really high protein, relatively low calorie, even for a pasta, the way that the sauce is made. It turned out really, really good. So let's finish wiping this out, and then we will make our pasta, and then I'll show you the fridge because it turns out really nice. So here are our ingredients. This is kind of a two-step recipe, so it's not like a put it in the crock pot, one and done kind of situation, but it is nice because you can get all your main stuff done during the day, and then if you have to go to work or you've got stuff going on, you can come back and just kind of finish it up at dinner. This is meal prep friendly, it's geared towards meal prep, so it'll have all the macros and everything written down, and it's meant to portion out into multiple meals, which is what I am doing, but it's also one of those meals that just sounds really good, and I would love to have it for dinner. So it'll probably be made more than once. But you start out with your chicken and your chipotle peppers and your seasonings, and a couple of other things. Get those in the crock pot. You let those cook for a couple of hours, and then at the end you make your pasta and you blend cottage cheese with the other cheeses and stuff. And then you put it back in the crock pot for just a little bit to kind of warm up and become delicious. So let's start by getting our chicken and other various ingredients in the crock pot, get that started, and then we can leave it to cook all day. So I've been doing the meal preps on a Saturday or Sunday. So I had done this over the weekend and it was really simple. I just chopped up my chicken into bite-sized pieces. It does have a good amount of chipotle peppers in it. It is a chipotle pasta, but you can very easily decrease the amount of chipotle you put in there. I lean into it because we do like spicy things, but other than that, it's just really straightforward. You have your seasonings, garlic and onion powder, salt, pepper, and then I use the bouillon chicken base with just some water, and you get it all mixed up and pop it in the crock pot for 4 to 5 hours. It doesn't take a crazy amount of time. You don't have to cook it for 8 hours, and it's really simple. The house smelled amazing. And then when it's close to being done, you do your sauce, which is a lot of cream cheese, and I use the Laughing Cow light cream cheese along with all of the cottage cheese, and then just Parmesan and mozzarella, which are relatively low fat content, and honey and some seasonings, and you blend it all up. I've got this on the scale because the recipe had everything in grams, and so it was just a lot easier for me to just kind of put each ingredient in, and then I would tare it each time just so I could make sure I was getting the right amounts in. But it was really simple to mix up, really nice. I was a little worried on how it was going to be because it was a bit runny coming out of the blender, but you mix in some pasta water because you do of course need the pasta, which you do cook separately. So I had it boiling on the stove, and then I'm just spooning all the pasta in. You save about a cup of the pasta water, you pour your sauce in, and then you let it sit for 20 minutes in the crock pot, and it gets all thickened up and delicious. This recipe, it's a couple of steps, so it's a little bit more laborious than others might be, but it's definitely worth it, and it yields so much. We were able to do I can't remember, it was 8 or 10 containers, so there was enough for Connor to take to work in addition to also having lunches for myself. Or you could easily put them in like freezer safe containers and have them in your freezer for a quick lunch as well. I forgot the chives, which was a bummer, but otherwise these turned out so good. Okay, so the fridge is cleaned out. It looks incredible, and I'll show you in a minute. First, I'm gonna hit all the stainless steel really quick, and then I'll show you its beauty. And then we need to take care of all of the gross food in the containers and get the dishwasher going. So, stainless steel, beauty, gross, dishes.
Aren't you tired of the drama? You use your words like they are knives. I don't need that type of drama.
It's like a wax on, wax off kind of action, you know, Karate Kid. Karate Kid transcends all generations, so it doesn't matter how old you are. I'm Mr. Miyagi right now. I don't know if I've ever actually seen that movie. I fall asleep a lot during movies. Do you do that? Like the second you turn a movie on, out. It's like, order Ambien. It's my Ambien, watching a movie. Completely out. Oh, that sounds so fun right now, a nap. Keep scrubbing.
For real. Why are you looking at me so cold? One's love is now we're enemies. You try to make yourself feel better by taking me down. Once I fell, but now I'm strong. I'm ready for the rematch. Shoot me down, don't you know I get up?
The fridge looks so much better. We've got all of our pastas in there along with just our produce, and we did have some leftovers that I know how long they've been in there, and we will finish them. One thing I do always do is schedule in 1 or 2, sometimes 3 nights for leftovers during the week. So it's just kind of being better about that and actually eating the leftovers as opposed to like making a frozen pizza instead. But we've got all of our containers we need to empty out. Everything was almost empty for the most part, so it didn't hurt as much, but it's still kind of a bummer. But I'm gonna get these all in the dishwasher. We will get our sweet potatoes roasting because remember, I did want to get some of those roasted as well. So we had kind of a side vegetable-y kind of thing in the fridge as well. So let's get this stuff in the dishwasher, make our sweet potatoes, and then we will finally start the dishwasher and like move on with our lives.
I'm laying down it to compile it. Oh no, I see you only when you're ballin'. Oh no, I don't even care to die. I'll see you in a while, cause this time I will choose you, yeah. Now choose. You know exactly how to look like this. Holding in a bag full of goods and needs. I need a night like this. Knowing it's a risk cause you're using it. You got all your secrets. I can seem to move this thing. You're pulling me out and I'm right back on the sideline.
Okay, so fridge is done. Dishes are done except for what we're gonna use for our sweet potatoes. I found half an onion that is still edible, questionable. And then I found this cooked bacon. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roast the sweet potatoes, get those going with the onions, and then close to the end, I'm gonna add in some chopped up bacon and make sweet potato onion bacon roast. I'll workshop the name, but I can use up those things. So I've got the oven preheating. We're gonna chop up or peel and chop our sweet potatoes, get our onion chopped up, get that in the oven, chop up our bacon, let that cook. While everybody's cooking, we will wipe down all of the counters, get all that taken care of, but like we're almost done. The fridge was the biggest hurdle. The meal preps were a big thing, but like that's all taken care of now aside from sweet potatoes. So let's get those chopped up, get those in the oven. Got everything chopped up and I'm just putting on a foil lined pan, and I am doing black pepper, salt, garlic powder, and onion powder, and I'm using just avocado oil spray. So just sprayed it. It was a good coating with the spray, and then I'm just measuring with my heart. Really straightforward, really easy. And then I probably baked the sweet potatoes a little too long before I added the bacon. I probably could have just added the bacon in with everything, but because it was already cooked, I didn't want to burn it. So I put the sweet potatoes and onions in for 20 minutes before I added the bacon. I probably should have done closer to like 10 minutes and then added it. So my sweet potatoes were nearly done by the time I added it in, but it still turned out really good. Still very happy with the results. So I'll type out what I did roughly. A lot of it was just measuring with my heart, but once I went to add all of the bacon in, I did end up decreasing the temperature just so I didn't like overcook my sweet potatoes. But I'll try to write something coherent for you in the description box for what I did, because they did turn out really good. Well, all we have left is putting away these dry dishes here. We've got the dishwasher running, the fridge is clean, our meal prep's going. And so we're just wiping everything down, vacuuming up, and then we are done in the kitchen. We did lots here, got lots done. We're almost finished. I just wanted to get these clean dishes put away. I could have been lazy and just left them there all day, but nope, we are clearing the counters and making it look extra good. So I'm going to start here. I usually always just kind of make my way around the U of the kitchen and then hit the island, and today was no exception. So wiping down all the counters. Our sweet potatoes will be done in a minute. We'll pull those out and then finish up wiping things down and vacuuming, and then that's it. We're done. If you are new here and wondering what those are homemade cranberry bliss bars. I made them when I decorated the house for Valentine's Day. I will tag that video. They turned out so good. Oh, I want to make them again. They're so delicious. Let me know if you tried them.
I leave the TV on let's go. I'm sure you can take it. You've been crying over him for a lifetime, so if you don't mind, we will dance till it's way past sleep. Another course that we can fly with the baseline. I know, I know, I know, I know. Boys be boys, ain't no excuse, babe. Now hey you, oh hey you, I know you can find someone better. Oh hey you, oh hey you.
Well, my friends, that is everything that I have for you. And we almost forgot. I mentioned my dinner board in my intro, and I did not forget to do that. And you can see there are 3 different leftovers days in there. So we have lots of opportunities to not have to throw away everything I've ever cooked during the week. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. I so appreciate it. I hope that you are having a fantastic week. Let me know how you're doing, what kinds of things you like to meal prep if you do that. If you've tried any of the recipes that I've meal prepped, I so love hearing from you, and I hope that there's just so much positivity for you this week. If you're not already, consider subscribing to the channel, continuing to hang out, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Peterson. Welcome back to my channel. I hope that you are doing well. Not a lot to update you on. Nothing huge going on aside from the fact that my house is very messy and it's like really cold outside, like freezing cold. My hands hurt. It is so cold outside. We don't even have snow, so it's not even like the fun kind of cold. It's just cold. But anyways, I'm gonna warm up by doing a lot of things in my house because there's a ton of dishes. Don't mind the sound. Gary's playing with the toy because he doesn't care what I'm doing. He's just gonna do whatever he wants. I have a lot of catching up to do in my house. I have lots that I want to do with you. My kitchen is a mess. I have a grocery haul that I want to show you because I planned my meals out again this week because I am picking up on that again, trying to do that well. And we're also doing some lunch meal preps, which I will share with you. I've got a meal prep that I'm gonna do. Connor's been very excited to have the meal preps again, and honestly it has gotten me to not forget about lunch on some days because I find lunch to be the least convenient meal of the day, but apparently you have to eat. We have a busy morning. I'm hoping I'll warm up enough to take the flannel off because I'm wearing the greatest shirt ever. I'll link it. Hiss. Like kiss. Do you get the reference? If you do get the reference, subscribe to my channel if you're not already. If you don't get the reference, subscribe and you'll learn more. We have lots to do today, lots to get going. I am so glad that you are here. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad you found me. I do typically upload twice a week on Tuesdays and Saturdays, and it's typically this kind of chaotic chattering and lots of cleaning and organizing and decor. If we have time today, I might add some Valentine's decor to the hallway, but looking at my list, I don't know if that's gonna happen today. But I will share that with you in a video at some point in the near future. And if you're jonesing for some Valentine's Day decor motivation, I've already decorated for Valentine's Day this year and shared that with the world. See, I made these. There's even some fun DIYs in there. I have a playlist for Valentine's Day, so check that out and I'll link the video. It was fun. Okay, I'm gonna stop rambling, we are gonna get started. Again, if you're not already, subscribe. I would love to continue to hang out with you. I mean it. I do hope you are doing well. I hope your 2025 is chock full of all the positive vibes, because that is what we are focusing on this year. But we're gonna start. I'm gonna share my grocery haul with you. We are gonna get the meal prep started in the crock pot, and then we are gonna tackle the astronomical amount of dishes that need to be done. We need to load the dishwasher, and then also hand wash some things, which is like the worst combination. So, okay, let's do it. Oh, and also my children are home today. It'll be fun. It's fun. They're fun. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, here. Where did you go? Okay, so this was a pretty small one. We haven't done like any big snack restocks or anything. So this is just a few little essentials and then stuff for dinners that we've planned this week. The flank steaks were buy one, get one free. So I plan to do some carne asada tacos, which Gary's very excited about. So I got the flank steaks, and then we do usually a chicken-based meal prep for Connor and myself for the week, and then mostly for Connor. So we're gonna do a chili orange chicken bowl for Connor to do for meal prep. So I got some chicken for that, which I needed like the orange juice, the marmalade, and then it also needed some mirin and this spicy chili crisp, which I'm excited about. So I needed some specific things for that, but it should be good, and I'll be able to use this stuff in other things. And then I also needed chicken because we're gonna do some chicken burrito bowls one night for dinner. So I kind of doubled down on the chicken there, but it will go to good use. We just needed a couple restock things. I got a little bit more mayonnaise because my kids are probably 60% mayonnaise. I got sour cream to go with the tacos. We need more coffee creamer. We always have vanilla, and then right now this is my favorite, the cinnamon coffee cake. Oh, it's so good. And then whipped cream for the hot chocolate that we always have going on at our house. Produce wise, just a couple of things. I got some scallions, cilantro, and tomatoes. All this stuff will work into the various things. Mostly these for the meal prep, this stuff for the tacos, as well as the avocado and the lime. The pickles, we just needed more pickles. I really like these for breakfasts. They're really easy. I just put a little water in, microwave it, and you're good to go. This will get me to eat breakfast. I've been really bad about it lately. So I restocked on those, and then just got a couple more little yogurt cups. I really like this Icelandic Provisions one. They have a bunch of different flavors, and I just grabbed a couple. I got the strawberry, lingonberry, wild blueberry, and bilberry, raspberry, and then cherry and blackcurrant, which is really good. And finally, just a couple poppies. I love to drink something fizzy when I make dinner, but usually it's a little later and I can't do a lot of caffeine as it is anyways. And I've been really liking these probiotic sodas. The poppy one is really good. The rose raspberry is my favorite, but I've never tried the wild berry, so I'm really excited, and I can't remember if I've tried the orange cream either. So I normally just get whatever my favorite is, but I grabbed a couple other flavors to try as well, and I'm sure I won't be disappointed. But that is the haul. Just a few things to restock, but most of it will work into all the various dinners. So I just need to get this stuff put away. Oh, I'm really excited to try one of those. Okay, so here is everything for the meal prep. It's a chili crisp orange chicken. It's gonna be so good. Connor and I like things spicy, so we are definitely not afraid of this stuff, but I could understand how it might not be your thing if you're not really into spicy. You can definitely decrease the amount of chili crisp that you put in there. You put your chicken in the crock pot with a couple ingredients, just orange juice. We've got onion powder and garlic powder, pepper, and then some soy sauce. and some of the chili crisp, I believe. I have to look at the recipe though, but you get your chicken going, that cooks for a couple of hours, and then once it's ready, you take the chicken out and you use the sauce, and you, just with some cornstarch, you make like a proper sauce with the rest of the ingredients. So it's a two-step kind of thing. I'll make some rice to go with it, but it's gonna be so good and I'm so excited. Let's get the chicken in the crock pot, get that going, and then we will do all these dishes. Well, it has felt really good to get back in the swing of things with the meal preps. I was doing a lot of like leftover heavy dinners to make sure that we had plenty to eat, but my kids are relatively picky, and so picking out dinners I have to be very strategic with. And honestly, what's kind of relit the fire for me was kind of reframing the way I thought about it, trying to be positive and not see it as a chore. And I realized that I get to pick whatever recipes I want. Connor and I can choose something that we know the kids probably won't like, and that can be our meal prep for the week. So it's kind of just trying to reframe it, find all of the positives to motivate me to keep doing it again, because you can get really burnt out with stuff like that, and that's okay to take a break, but that's kind of how I've reframed it in my mind, and it's been really exciting to pick out recipes and to do new things for lunches. It's been really fun. Okay, so we've got our meal prep in the slow cooker, and now we're gonna tackle all of the dishes. The dishwasher shouldn't take very long because it's mostly just some new meal prep containers that we got. We just got more of the same ones we've been using, but we realized we needed more because Connor preps all of his steel cut oats for his breakfast. So let's get the dishwasher unloaded, load up as much of it as we can fit in there of the dirty dishes, and then wash the rest. It looks bad, but I know a lot of these dishes can go in the dishwasher, so it won't take as long. I did realize though we're out of like all of our silverware, so it's good that I'm finally doing this, or we'll have to eat with our hands at dinner because I'm not going to hand wash it right then.
Seems like you've been busy since you went away. I'm just flipping through your pictures, I can tell you look more than okay. Think I need help to feel as happy as you. Could you tell me what I'm supposed to do without you? It's like I'm just seeing empty faces staring from across the room, when all I want is to get out of here and back to you. On my way home, I'll stop at your window. I should've known how much it hurts when you still love somebody. When you still love somebody.
I'm staying out on the weekends, I really need something to do.
Well, that is the initial unloading of the dishwasher, but there's still so many more dishes to do. It just sat and sat. I honestly don't know what happened. It's been crazy. We've been really busy, but we're getting the dishes done. We're getting it taken care of. The kids have had their own tasks that they're supposed to do. Plus, sometimes the kids just need a down day, and I definitely wanted to give that to them. But if you'll see like every piece of silverware, and I don't know about you, but being excited to eat a meal and then realizing there's no silverware, the last thing I want to do is stop and wash a dish. I just want to eat. So it was good to just finally get all of this in the dishwasher and get it going. And there were just a few things left that I ended up having to hand wash. So there's a positive there. There wasn't that much that I couldn't fit, but I do try to fit as much as humanly possible in these dishwashers. And sometimes it works out great. Other times I went too hard. I tried and I failed, and I have to rewash a couple of things, but a lot of it is meal prep containers. So there is that, and we were successful this time around. I don't think there was anything that I had to rewash after this. So that was good, but we're going to get the rest of this hand wash stuff done. I hope you're doing well. Let me know down in the comments what you have going on. Do you try to just fill that dishwasher to the brim, or do you try to, fill it like it's supposed to be? You're not supposed to overfill it, but I want to make it count. I want every dish that I can possibly avoid hand washing to be in that dishwasher. But leave a comment. Let me know what you're up to. Let me know what your goals are when you load the dishwasher. Are you successful? Are you unsuccessful? Were you stressed out watching me do that? Because it felt great how much I was able to fit in there before I started it.
Love somebody. When you still love somebody.
Still rough around the edges. I guess that some things never change. Yeah, I know that it's been ages.
Now I'm scrubbing out the sink. It did occur to me recently that I don't use the Dawn Power Wash to actually wash dishes very often. I use it for so many other things, but I rarely use it to wash the dishes. I get a lot of my cleaning products through the Grove company, they've got lots of natural products, and I use their free and clear dish soap exclusively to wash the dishes, and those are actually their walnut scrubber sponges as well. I love Grove for just some very specific items. I get all of my Myers through them. The method wipes that I use a lot to clean in the bathroom, I get through Grove, and I use their free and clear soap for the dishes. So the Dawn Power Wash doesn't actually do much for me when it comes to dishes, but I do love to use it in the shower when I clean the sink. It's a very handy product, but I don't use it for dishes. All right, the dishes are finally all done. So we just have a couple of things to do downstairs. I need to wipe down all of the counters, and then we're gonna vacuum up all of the crumbs and everything off the floor, gather up any clutter in the living room, throughout the kitchen, get things vacuumed and tidied, and then we're gonna head upstairs and sort my laundry and get that started and make my bed and vacuum all the floors. There's still a lot to do, so let's start with wiping off all of the counters and we'll go from there.
'Cause that's cool with me, cool with me, cool with me.
Sprinkles everywhere.
Maybe I am selfish, 'cause I want you to myself. Yeah, I know your friends are waiting, but we both know you wanna stay, just like nothing has changed. No matter how hard you try, you cannot push me out, so just listen. I've been thinking of you since you broke it and moved to LA. And no matter how hard I try, I cannot get you out of my system. I know we both have some things left to say. Can you stay a little longer? Can I make you change your mind? Yeah, I know that it's over, but can we stay here for a while until everything's alright again? That's cool with you, cool with you.
I'm almost done wiping down the counters. It's always time consuming. And this corner sink, I love having the corner sink. I think it's really nice. But getting all the way back into that corner is challenging. So I don't do it a ton. So I'm sure there's stuff back there. Although I did wipe it down before I put the Valentines up. So it's not too bad. But the corner sink definitely has pros and cons. It's really nice, but the cabinet was really hard to organize. It was hard to come up with solutions for that. I managed and it's great now. But corner sinks, corner cabinets are challenging. I did share that with you guys though. I did show you how I did my corner sink cabinet there, and I'll link that video. But oh man, it was a challenge to get that all organized and find things that would fit in there. But figured it out in the end. But like I said, I'm almost done wiping down all the counters. I love having all this counter space, but it is definitely a labor of love to get everything wiped up and try to keep the clutter to a minimum. But with 5 people living in the house, it's inevitable. So I try not to get too upset about it when things get really cluttered, right after I clean. But I'm also a human, so sometimes I just feel a lot of big emotions that we would not necessarily add into the positivity category. But I am now gathering up all of the darts. I lost count. We made the mistake of getting them big giant Nerf guns for Christmas, and now there's just darts everywhere. And the biggest problem is because Gary absolutely loves the darts. They are one of his favorite toys. He loves it when you throw them for him, and he will bring you a dart and ask you to throw it. So even if the kids have cleaned everything up, Gary will take it upon himself to make sure that there's just darts everywhere. It's between the darts and the pom-pom balls. And right now he is very fixated on those darts, to the point where like he kept Connor up the other night because he was so desperate to find a dart, and we didn't have any in the room, so he had to go find one. I was asleep because we'd watched a show, and I've mentioned the second you turn the TV on, I'm pretty much going to be asleep. So I felt great in the morning, but Gary was so determined to get those darts. But I'm going to finish up vacuuming here, and we are going to continue cleaning up throughout the house. I've got laundry that I need to get sorted and started. I want to clean up my bedroom, the kids' bathroom as well. The living room here is not too bad, but I'm going to tidy that up too. And I, as you can see, took advantage of what I had available to me, and it was a lot easier to get all those toys back upstairs, or at least to the stair basket where I usually leave everything. But let's get this carpet vacuumed. We're going to go upstairs, sort my laundry, and kind of go from there. Keep harnessing that energy and just get as much of the house tidied up as I can. We are upstairs. Yes, that is the curtain rod from my kids' bathroom. Comment down below if you think you know why it is no longer up and why it looks very bent right in the middle. I bet you can figure it out, but comment down below. First person to get it right. Maybe you'll get a prize. We'll do like a little fun surprise giveaway. But curtain rod bent in the middle. And it wasn't me. That's the only hint that I will give you. But I've got my laundry sorted, getting that started. My oldest does his own laundry. My middle guy, he's actually learning how to start his own laundry as well. And Alice's was also done because I stay on top of hers. She has big opinions about the things that she likes to wear in the mornings, and I really don't like being late. So we've found a good balance, but I'm going to set my timer. We're going to move on and clean up my bedroom. Still got quite a bit to do. Okay, so laundry is all sorted, started, got that going. So we're gonna tackle my bedroom. I just need to make my bed and like dust and vacuum, and I'm probably gonna fold those towels and put them away. And then really, I just wanna tidy up my kids' bathroom and vacuum the stairs, and we'll check in with our meal prep and be done. It's so sunny outside. I love it when I don't have to turn the overhead lights on because it just gets so bright in here. Oh, I love it so much. Okay, let's make my bed. Also, Gary is just living his best life in here. Check him out. It's Gary's world. We just live in it. He's adorable. He was trying to drag his blanket out. I'm not sure where he was going to try to take it, but he's not quite strong enough yet. So it'll be a while before he can do that. But he has just discovered that blanket. I bought it right before we got him because I thought, oh, he's going to love this blanket to lay on, like on the end of our bed. And he never used it. So I just threw it with the rest of the Gary beds that were rejected. The only bed he wanted was Harley's old bed, which I don't blame him. It's a really nice bed and it smells like Harley, and he probably misses her as much as I do. So we put Gary's beds in the Harley bed, and he still sleeps in the Harley bed, but he has discovered how snuggly and warm that blanket is. So we're getting somewhere with the Gary beds, but I don't think I'll ever need to get rid of the Harley bed in the room, which I'm kind of not mad about because I miss her desperately. But the bed is almost made and we still have lots to do. And I'm going to warn you now, I mentioned vacuuming the stairs a number of times, but I do in the end forget to do it. So I'm so sorry. Don't forget to vacuum your stairs. Oftentimes Connor and I only have time for like a date night in, and we like to get sushi from the local sushi place. It's so good. And one of my favorite things to do which might be controversial, is to eat it in bed. Like sit on our bed and we watch something, and I love it. But I put a picnic blanket on our bench here, and then I will lay it out so we don't get food on our white bedding. Because you don't want to sleep with crumbs, you know what I mean? Or rice, caviar, whatever. So I just keep an extra blanket right here on the bench, and it's our dinner blanket. I just lay it out. Do you do that? Is that weird? Don't tell me. It's perfectly normal. It's weird that you don't do that. You can't tell, but I'm just shifting around all the books that I had big intentions to read and have started but have not finished yet. I am working on ACOTAR, and I am working on the Fourth Wing series. The third book has come out, very exciting, and Connor got me this little duck light, which sometimes is very fitting of my mood by the end of the day. But this, look at it, it's so cute. Oh my gosh, I love that little light, and it's actually pretty bright. We don't use the lamps as much in the evening to wind down because Duck Lamp does it. But I have been, like I said, reading. There's a ton of books on my nightstand that I have high hopes for, and I do plan on reading, and they're all kind of partially read, and that's also a problem because sometimes I'll think about one of the books and I won't remember like accurate details because I've started too many books. I used to be in a number of book clubs. I've always really loved reading. It's been really fun. It's just harder with the kids and the schedule to stay on top of. So I have just kind of reignited that fun, and the Fourth Wing series, it's a little steamy, but very fun. And I finally, is it ACOTAR? A Court of Roses and Thorn. I'm so sorry, I'm butchering it, but I have the first book, and from what I understand, it is a very good book. And again, I've only read like the first few chapters, and Fourth Wing and the ACOTAR series are very similar, so I did have some trouble remembering details, but I'm really heavily invested in the Fourth Wing series now, so I'm going to finish up the third book and then really give my heart to the ACOTAR series again. And so you'll probably hear about that endlessly for a little while. But apparently I like fantasy books. I didn't know that about myself. But I've been enjoying them. So leave down in the comments. Do you have a favorite series that you really like? I love a good series. I love a gift that keeps on giving, especially one that's already been heavily made. And so I can just really lean into it and not have to wait. That would be ideal. But I am open-minded. So, leave a comment. What are you reading right now? Honestly, it's kind of sad how much less is in here. Because when Harley was still alive, she was filled. Oh, I miss Harley. Okay, I'm gonna fold these really quick, and then we are gonna tackle the kids' bathroom, vacuum the stairs, and then all that is left is checking in with our meal prep and getting that all done. But we're almost done, and I'm actually a little ahead of schedule for myself. Well, I did manage to fold all those towels. Folding the laundry is not one of my favorite things, but I've been really trying to just see the positives and not dwell on the negatives. I love having the laundry folded. I don't love folding it because it can get tedious and boring. But positives are, now it is folded. Now I finally have hand towels again downstairs because I was pretty much out. So a lot of positives. And it's not sitting in a basket on the floor in my bedroom. Also a positive. So overall, the positives outweigh the negatives of having to take time to fold the laundry. So there you go. There's your fold your laundry motivation. Think of the positives. We're now in the bathroom. I am washing my kids' bathtub with the Dawn Power Wash because remember, I don't ever really use it on dishes. I use it everywhere else. And it does a really good job of breaking down like the body oils and the buildup like in the shower and the bathtub. So that with the combination of a Scrub Mommy, those sponges are good. It is not a gimmick. I absolutely love the Scrub Daddy and Scrub Mommy sponges. They do such a good job getting the buildup off of like my shower. I have an all glass shower and the bathtubs. It just does a really, really good job. So I'm going to get this all scrubbed. I finally warmed up enough to take off the flannel for a minute. And that shirt really energized me. I did say that if you subscribed and you didn't know who Kiss was, that you would learn. And so it was a band that started back a long time ago, but not crazy long. I believe they got together in the 1970s. I do know that they went makeup free at some point in the 1980s, and people were not happy about it. And that they've had a number of different people, but Gene Simmons, the only name of a bandmate that I can remember, has a really long tongue, and he's been an OG member and always been part of Kiss. But they have had different drummers, and I believe the bassist has swapped out too, but my memory is failing a little bit, and I am talking to you, so I don't have the ability to Google that right now. But they're a band, and they sing some really fun music. They've gone on a number of reunion tours. They've been doing it for quite a while, longer than I've been alive, but they really love to rock and roll all night and party every day. And my dad was really into heavy metal music when I was growing up. He had very long blonde hair. Sun-In was a regular staple in my house, and if you know what that is, make sure you're subscribed, because I know what it is. But we had a lot of Kiss played around my house, and the shirt, as you can see, you can't see it very well, but the cats have fun makeup on because the members of Kiss painted their faces. A lot. It looked like that took a long time, and everybody only knew them by their makeup until, like I said, they decided to go makeup free and show their faces, and people weren't happy about that. People were disappointed, which I don't know how I feel. You know, let them be who they are, but from my research, because I wasn't alive then, a lot of people did not enjoy makeup free Kiss. But makeup Kiss is fun, and now I have this really cool shirt of cats. One of the makeup guys, he was the cat man, so the one that's fitting for the cat shirt as well. It all ties together. I'm not good at linear or explaining things right now in this very moment, but now you're educated. Kiss is a good band, and I listened to a lot of heavy metal growing up, and that might explain a little bit more about me and my personality. I'm also a classically trained singer. I can sing opera. And have done that for a heavy metal song for my dad.
I'm the best thing that has ever happened to you. Here's your time to shine, now show me what you can do. Make a move, the way my hands feel on your body, the way we're dancing in the dark. With every move I make, you're falling in love. The way my lips feel on your body, the way we're moving in the dark. With every breath we take, you're falling in love.
I'm nearly done with the bathroom. All that's left is mopping, but I do want to jump a little later into the night real quick and check in with the meal prep. We did not forget about it. There is the chicken all done in the crock pot. The only thing I would suggest is remember to flip it. I didn't, and so it was all dark and delicious looking, but then the tops were kind of blonde, but it still turned out really, really good. But I pull all of the chicken out, I put it in the bowl, and I just shredded it with the tongs. It was so tender. And then you use all the juices left in the crock pot. You cook it down, you reduce it for a little bit, and add in your ingredients. It's marmalade. We've got the ginger paste. I also called for more of the chili crisp, which is so good. And it has rice vinegar and honey in it as well. And you mix that all together, cook it down for a bit, and then add a cornstarch slurry, which is just cornstarch and water to help thicken it up. And the sauce smelled really, really good. I don't love recipes that add in an extra step all the time like this, but the recipe was just too good looking. I had to do it, and it was definitely worth the extra time to make it. It turned out really, really good. But once your sauce is all ready, you add it in with the chicken, mix that all up, and then we made brown rice to have with it. It portioned out into 10 like good sized meals, and we topped that with the green onion, and it turned out really, really, really good.
I never meant to hurt you, but I'm in love with myself. 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 I want even if I couldn't love you back the same way you've been loving me always. Please understand and take my hand.
Well, my friends, that is everything that I have for you. I hope that you found this motivating. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Let me know down in the comments if you tried the meal prep. I think it turned out so good. And it was really nice to have that all pretty much done by the end of the day, especially after everything that we got done. But again, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I so appreciate it. If you aren't already, subscribe to the channel, continue to hang out. I would love that. But otherwise, thank you again for hanging out, and I will see you next time. Bye. It's me, Rhea Peterson. Welcome back to my channel. I hope that you are doing well. Today we are hanging out in the kids' rooms. All three of my kids have kind of messy bedrooms, one of which I have already cleaned and I will share with you, but I have 2 more to go. I am washing bedding, cleaning out under beds, taking care of all the clutter, all the surfaces. Just things are starting to get kind of messy, which is normal. They're kids, but it's time for a mom tidy of the bedroom. They do their versions, and at least once a month, Mom hits the bedroom and kind of just gives it a full reset, you know? So that is the plan. We're gonna be cleaning the kids' rooms. I am also going to make a treat with them because I love them and I love treats. So we're gonna do some chocolate chip dipped Oreos, which will be very fun to make. I've made them on the channel before, but I like to make them around specific holidays. And I didn't make them around Halloween, but it's almost Valentine's Day. And all of the chocolate chip cookies that I made a week ago are already gone. So we need more treats. And why not chocolate dipped Oreos? I currently have children down here with me that are dancing because they're very excited for said chocolate dipped Oreos. So yeah. Anyways, I'm very excited, and we gotta get to those Oreos or there will be a mutiny. If you are new here, I am so glad that you found me. I typically upload Tuesdays and Saturdays, and we pretty much do this kind of stuff. We clean, we organize, we declutter, we decorate. I share meal preps. There's food stuff like chocolate dipped Oreos today, and I would just so love it if you subscribed, continue to hang out, give this video a thumbs up. That would be great. Leave a comment, let me know what your favorite kind of Oreo is, because there's a lot of different flavors. I'm more of an OG Oreo person, especially if it's double stuffed, but there's so many different flavors, and it's even okay if you like the golden Oreos. That's okay. It's okay to like those. You can admit it. It's okay to like the golden Oreos. I don't like them. But let's stop wasting time. I've already technically cleaned 1 room, but I have 2 more to go, and I don't know what I'm gonna find. So this could take a little bit, but we're gonna go upstairs. We're gonna start by washing some bedding and getting a lot of things out from under a bed. Let's do it. Let's clean.
March, go! You're making it weird when I go to the golden Oreos.
Oh man, they're gross. Golden Oreos are gross.
No, they're not.
That's just my opinion. Okay, so we are in my oldest's room. He is honestly the least messy of the 3, and this is pretty bad for him. Typically he kind of gets frazzled with it and he will clean up his own room after a little bit, but because it's mom reset weekend, I just said don't worry about it, I got it. So I'm just gonna tackle his room. His bedding desperately needed to be cleaned, and I did end up throwing one of his pillows into that I could wash. All of the kids need brand new pillows. I just keep forgetting to get them, but I will. It's on the list. I'll get around to it. But I did wash one of his pillows along with his bedding. We have these beddies. They're pretty good. Honestly, we've had them for like a year almost 2 years now, and they get less good. They start out really exciting, but I become more unimpressed with them the longer that we have them. Alice is broke, and one of the pillows tore for Callum, like the pillow covers, and as the kids get bigger, they just don't work as well. So I'm kind of thinking I'm going to phase those out. But they definitely did not hold up or last as long as I thought they would, especially for how much they cost. But oh well. I'm getting Hugo's stuff here in the laundry or in the washing machine, and now we're gonna go tackle his room, get all the stuff off the floor, and make it look really nice. And Gary's a really good helper. See, he loves helping with laundry. Okay, so I've got his bedding in the wash. I think I'm gonna quickly fold his clothes. He does his own laundry, but the folding isn't something he always does. I'm just gonna help him out with that. I'm cleaning his room anyways. But I'm gonna fold his clothes, get those put away, and then we're just gonna organize things. He's got a bookshelf in here now, which is great. I think I'm gonna move a couple of things off of his nightstand and put it in there. Just kind of give him a little bit better organization. We're still kind of figuring out the layout of his room just because the way that it is, it's just really hard to set stuff in here. Thinking about maybe getting him a loft bed so he can have a desk, that kind of stuff, but we haven't totally come up with a plan, so we're still just making it work with what we have. So yeah, let's get his clothes folded, and then I'm probably gonna work on getting all of the like garbage off the floor. There's quite a bit of garbage in here. Well, he had worn pretty much everything, so there was not much to fold. I have to get all the kids' laundry done this weekend too, but that is not what this video is about. But it was nice to not have to spend a really long time folding his clothes because there weren't that much. But you can see the giant laundry mountain behind me in his laundry hamper. And this footage is sped up. I did not just throw Gary. I was very careful with him. There's quite a bit of paper. My kids really love to do projects and create things, and for the most part I encourage that and really just try very hard to recycle as much as I can, but it does lead to a lot of paper. And I have one kid that's very enthusiastic about string right now, and everything has string tied to it, and I'm trying to stay on top of that as well because Gary is also a big fan of string, but he just doesn't have really any self-preservation instincts. So I really am glad I can be home and make sure that everybody's alive all the time. But I am just going to tidy up all the surfaces. This room, like Hugo's only been in this room for a little bit. The boys used to share a room, and it's just still kind of a mishmash as we figure things out. The layout in this room is kind of frustrating when it comes to furniture, but we're kind of working on it. Like I said, thinking like a loft bed or something, and he's just happy to have places to put his stuff and to have his own area. He was very excited about this bookshelf that used to be in the office, and he was very happy when he saw that I'd put his books on it. So I appreciate that my kids are grateful and don't see mom cleaning their room as some form of punishment. It's usually like a really good reset to help them get back on track. And I've noticed that the more like regularly I do it, like once a month or twice a month, the better they have gotten at cleaning up their room. Just kind of that reminder of where things go. We don't normally keep things under the bed, but he has like this animatronic Grogu, and that's his little bed that his brother made for it. And so we're just letting it live under the bed. It's fine. But I'm almost done tidying up the stuff on the floor. We still need to vacuum, but Hugo's room never takes very long. It's pretty small, and like I said, he's not super messy. The only thing that's really slowing me down is Gary, but I found a lot of darts, so we'll keep him interested. But Hugo's room is almost done. I'll show you after the bedding is done. I won't show you like moving that into the dryer or making the bed or anything. I've done that tons of times, but I will show you how his room turns out, and his room still looks good. He stays on top of it as long as he can. I'm really proud of the effort that he puts into keeping his spaces clean. I know it's easier said than done sometimes, especially when he's got little siblings that also think that his room is really cool.
We're diamonds in the dust, so why can't you see it? Keep getting under your thick skin, trying on and on, building a nest in your weaknesses.
is what we started with. We still had a Christmas box with some Christmas gifts in there that I dealt with as we cleaned, but it's so much nicer. Yes, it's kind of bare bones still, but it's tidy, and that brings us peace. We all love a clean space in this house. It helps our brains. So Hugo's room is so much better, and now we are moving on to our middle guy, Mr. Callum. His room is not that bad. The night before I cleaned this, we did clean his room like a pre-clean because it was messier than this, and Mom may or may not have gotten a little frazzled, but we are into the next day where I said hello to you, and we are tackling his room. It will not take as long. He is by far our most adventurous when it comes to projects and adventures and ideas, and he really gets focused on something and find what you're looking for, put the rest back. Sometimes gets forgotten, but he is so much fun and so creative that it's kind of hard to be super annoyed with it, because whatever he comes up with, as long as it's stuff that he was allowed to get into, is usually pretty fun. But his bedding is also getting washed. The only bedding I didn't wash was Alice's because it didn't need it, but the beddies definitely needed to be cleaned. I could not remember the last time I washed them, but the kids were home on this day. Miss Alice asked very sweetly if she could help, and of course I don't want to discourage that, so she's going to help us out. She's going to climb under the bed, get the stuff out from under there, take some stuff to the playroom, and then there's Gary just being Gary. But Cal's room doesn't take too long either, just lots of clutter, and I'm trying to give him spaces to kind of keep the cluttery things. So I grabbed this basket, and I'm trying to help encourage his individuality. So even though I might not keep all of those things together, he likes them all together. So the basket will at least keep it contained and not always on the floor, if that makes sense. Just kind of working with the chaos and making it organized chaos.
Let me tell you this, let me tell you right now, your exquisite kiss still burning. Didn't know I missed this passion in life. Now I'm addicted somehow. Let me tell you what is up with your smile. It's impossible, not melting, irresistible. When I look through your eyes, not even sky's the limit. I used to be satisfied.
Miss Alice was such a good helper. She took that little bag back to the playroom. Have you noticed Gary just creeping everywhere in this video? He just managed to be everywhere. Oh, he did just find a Lego under there though, so good for him, I guess. But I pulled Callum's laundry out as well. I'm moving the pillows. Those are leftover pillows from our love sack. We just didn't have enough space for all of them because you can do different configurations, and we did a different one, so we had excess pillows. So we make this corner in his room now because Dad reads to them every night, and Hugo will come from his room and hang out in Cal's room because the goal is to help Cal relax and get him to sleep. He's very fun and very busy, and so the calm down time takes a little bit. So we bring that all to him so that he can be in his bed, so he'll fall asleep, honestly. But we make a cozy little corner for Hugo and Dad to hang out in for bedtime. So I just use the leftover pillows and whatever I have lying around. All the bedrooms have become mishmash again. This room was very put together when the boys shared, but now that they've split up, they've got Callum there has our old nightstands from my bedroom, and you can see the dresser from that's the old dresser from our bedroom on the hall, on the landing there, just because we haven't been able to get rid of anything yet because we're still trying to figure things out. Am I going to paint it? Am I going to sell it? Should I just donate it? I have just been unable to make a decision. So that's okay though. I don't have to. There's no timeline on having a dresser on my landing aside from, my insanity breaking. But Callum's room is done. I've just got things vacuumed. It took a little bit to get his bedding dry, so I wasn't able to get it made that night, but here's where we started. Pretty messy, not the most messy his room has ever been, but it just looks so much nicer. Everything has a home. He's able to pull his basket out with whatever his adventures are right now and then put it back in. And then I did manage to get his bedding dry and his bed made as well, and he'd already kind of gotten to some of his stuff. And they're scary. We're going to move on to our treat real quick, and then we will go tackle Alice's room, which is always fun because I just love the stuff in her room. Okay, so we finished cleaning rooms and then played a lot of rounds of Elementes, which is one of Alice's favorite games. And then we started to get just a little bit of snow. I have nothing to show for it because it didn't stick. It basically just fell from the sky and teased us. But the kids got so distracted that we have not made the Oreos yet. So now they are at school. I'm going to make the Oreos and surprise them. So we're going to take a little pause and I'll show you how I do my chocolate dipped Oreos. It is very straightforward, not technical in any way. You probably have already imagined how to do it start to finish already, but I'm going to show you anyways because treats are fun. So let's make our Oreos and then we will finish cleaning bedrooms. Okay, here are our ingredients, pretty straightforward. Oreos, regular kind for me. And then chocolate. I just melt chocolate chips. I'm gonna melt some white chocolate and some semi-sweet chocolate in these bowls. And then I have sprinkles. You just melt it, dip the Oreo, and then I'll get a tray out with parchment paper, let them harden there, and then put sprinkles on. Don't let them harden too soon though, or the sprinkles won't stick. So let them harden kind of. Add the sprinkles, and then you can pop them in the fridge. They're really easy, and they're so good. Like I said, these are super easy. I just measured with my heart and I poured too many in, took some out. I should have used a measuring cup so that I could be more precise for you, but I just do it and then I make however many Oreos I have chocolate left. So it could some days be a lot of chocolate dipped Oreos, other days hardly any at all. I do a little bit less of the white chocolate than I do the semi-sweet because the kids prefer the chocolate ones over the white chocolate ones. I actually, honestly, kind of like the white chocolate ones more though, but that's just my opinion. But I just melt my chocolate. I put it in the microwave like 30 seconds at a time and stir it really good. And then I just dip my Oreos. The way that I do it is I just drop the Oreo in and I use a fork and I just move the Oreo around till it's coated, pull it out, and I tap it on the side to get as much excess as I can, and that's a chocolate dipped Oreo. I used to make it way more complicated by like sticking the Oreo in the filling on the inside in a cup, and the Oreo kept breaking. This is easier. Why make things more complicated to look fancy? I saw other people who seemed fancy do it that way and it didn't work for me, and this does. It might be messy, but it seems to work, and do what works for you. But I make a bunch of the chocolate ones. I save a little bit to drizzle, and then we do the same thing with the white chocolate ones, and then I just re-microwave the rest of the chocolate, put them in Ziploc baggies, and drizzle and pray that the bag doesn't bust open like it did this time. But we just ended up doing just a little swirl, and it actually turned out to be a really good looking cookie. But then I just put sprinkles on before everything hardens, and you have magical, wonderful cookies that are dipped in chocolate with sprinkles, and they're Oreos, which are, in my opinion, some of the best cookies that you can buy in the grocery store. And you stick them in the fridge and let them harden, and then we will circle back and see how beautiful and wonderful they turned out after we clean Alice's room.
Grow old if you love me again, my friend. This time is different, so please do not let me go. Please do not let me go.
Well, here we are in Miss Alice's room again. Laundry, always laundry. They go through so much, especially when we got the snow. They changed a million times because the snow didn't land on the ground. It was just wet because we live in Oregon, and so they just were soaking wet all the time. So there's so much laundry to do right now. And Alice's room is also very cluttered because she too really loves to have adventures and have just one of everything in her room. So again, we are organizing the chaos. I'm going to get this area cleaned up. It needed to be dusted really badly, so I just grabbed a microfiber cloth really quick to wipe it down. But we're just going to kind of tackle this. Alice was very interested to help, and then mysteriously she was gone for the rest of the time. time, but that's okay. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it's nice to just be able to mom clean by yourself.
It was years ago, but how can I forget? We were 16 up all night. Love and heartbreak was our life. It's hard to understand why some people put their head in the sand. In a world so cold where hearts turn to stone, no wonder people are so alone. So you got nothing to say, you're in the right place. You got the power, don't you? You got nothing to waste, being unsafe. Sometimes I wanna play heartless too. Materialism's game. We play it happily, but it'll fade. It's an endless chase. We wanna find a deeper meaning in life's embrace. So you got nothing to say, you're in the right place. You got the power, don't you? You got nothing to waste, being unsafe.
Alice developed a borderline unhealthy obsession with squashmallows, especially when she was littler, like 3, and they were as big as she was. And so we have just a lot of large squashmallows because I'm a complete pushover. And so I do put them up in the closet. They're not out all the time. And for the most part, she'll ask me to get them down when she wants to play with them. Otherwise, she just kind of climbs on her stuff. So I need to figure out a better storage solution for the squashmallows, whether it be, someone else's home or here. She doesn't play with them that often anymore, but they are so cute and she loves them. And as most kids, the second you say, hey, I noticed that you don't really play with this anymore, maybe we should pass it on, all of a sudden it's their most favorite thing that's ever existed on the planet, and how dare you. So it's a work in progress. And again, pushover. Hello, my name is Rhea, and I'm a complete pushover when it comes to my kids for certain things. It's not like I'm gonna let them drive my car or something yet. They'll be old enough to someday, but you know what I mean. You know the point I'm trying to make. But I'm gonna clean up all of the squashmallows that Alice has. Honestly, they are really fun. I do kind of love that she loves them, but it is excessive. Thankfully, I haven't had to buy any new ones because she's in all-day school now, so she doesn't go to Costco with me anymore. And that's probably saved us a small fortune.
I think I'm running out of time. Don't want a day when I say goodbye now, 'cause you leave a shiver down my spine. Don't let me fall to the ground so heavily, 'cause I recall what you go through easily. Just let me know where we head in this reverie, and I will stay. Don't mind the wait, I won't play. Don't like the game, 'cause I will stay, and I will wait for you. 'Cause I will stay, and I will wait for you. I know you're wrong, 'cause you're scared of loving, but baby, right now I'm too. Don't want a day when you say you're done now, 'cause you leave.
When we are nearly done, I'm just getting her room all vacuumed up. It is so much better in here. Oh, a clean Alice room. Oh, it feels so good. Her room doesn't get super terrible. I feel like Cal's room takes the hit because everybody seems to congregate in there a lot, that and the playroom. But her room can get pretty messy, and she is the least excited to tidy it up on her own. So it takes a lot of help from mom, but she's learning, and the mom reset probably helps my soul and my sanity way more than I even realize it yet. But I'm going to finish vacuuming up in here. We'll show you the before and afters and then circle back to our delicious chocolate dipped Oreos. I'm going to show you those. They turned out so good and the kids were so excited. Well, my friends, that is everything that I have for you. Alice's room turned out great, and so did the chocolate dipped Oreos, in addition to like the other kids' rooms or whatever. And they're still mostly clean for the most part, and I managed to get all of their laundry done, and it is 1/3 folded. And the kid who folds the least and is the girl, that's the only laundry I've folded, but that's okay. The Oreos turned out great. The kids loved them. I love making stuff like this, especially something as easy as those. They're so easy to make and they're delicious, and I was really excited to do that. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope this gave you some motivation. Just cleaning bedrooms, but just a quick reset, especially in the kids' room, can really help everybody, I think, and just kind of bring some calm to the house, which is definitely needed. But again, thanks for hanging out with me. If you aren't already, consider subscribing to the channel, continuing to hang out. I do a lot more than just tidy up my kids' bedrooms, but I hope you're well, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hello friends, it's me, Rhea Peterson. Welcome back to my channel. I hope that you are doing well, and Gary does too. Gary spent an inordinate amount of time just now attacking you. So he's going to just hang out in my arms. Today we have quite a bit to do in the pantry. I got a big Costco grocery haul of mostly pantry items that need to be restocked, and I will share that grocery haul with you, but we also need to get it all put away. And just by looking at my pantry, honestly, it just needs an overhaul. So we are going to just pull everything out that we can, throw away old food, and just get everything nice and organized. I'm sure I've got some bins, things that I can use. I love an excuse to go to Target. So that's the focus of today's video, is reorganizing my pantry, getting it nice and restocked and tidy again, and also doing it without this guy completely derailing everything. He likes to climb on the shelves, so I need to make sure that like the open stuff is contained really well so he can't get into it. And also just the transition. We've still got stuff from Harley in there, and I need to clear that out, but we also need to just kind of get his stuff in its own little spot as well. So all things pantry in today's video. If you are new here, I am so glad that you found me. I typically upload twice a week on Tuesdays and Saturdays. It got a little wonky there at the end. I'm gonna set you free. Don't attack my feet. Again, if you're new here, welcome. I typically upload twice a week on Tuesdays and Saturdays, and if you aren't already, subscribe to the channel, continue to hang out. I would love to call you one of my friends. But let's not waste any time. We have lots to do. I've got a little list here going of things that I want to accomplish in the pantry. Number one being get all of the snacks put away so I can better keep track of how quickly they're going, because there's rules to those snacks, and I feel like maybe somebody's forgetting those rules. So let's do it. Let's get started. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's go. Gary, where'd you go? Let's play the pantry. Okay, so it was a really big snacks restock, and that is the focus of today because we're hanging out in the pantry, which is a disaster. But I got tons of stuff, some things out of the ordinary lately, which is the Oreos, but it's that time of year where I like to do chocolate dipped Oreos. I was gonna do some of those for Valentine's Day. We are testing out veggie straws. All of my kids insisted that they loved them. So I risked it and I got this box. So I hope I don't regret it. But otherwise, these are the staples we usually have for snacks and lunch things. Chip pretzels are always popular in my house. Alice really loves these, so I like to make sure she has those in her lunch at school. We finally ran out of hot chocolate, so we need to restock on that, and then just like applesauce, which is basically what keeps Alice alive. For dairy, I finally ran out of Go-Gurt. I will usually stock the fridge and then put the rest in the freezer. So I could not find any more loose Go-Gurts in the freezer, so I'm 98% positive we were finally completely out. We needed more mozzarella, and I also got pepperoni. We've been doing homemade pizzas more again. I used to do them every week, but my kids have insisted that they're their favorite pizzas, so I'm gonna lean into that. String cheese, kind of the same thing with the yogurt. I will put most of it in the fridge and then put the rest in the freezer, and I couldn't find any more, so I'm assuming we were out. Cottage cheese, we needed more lunch meat, eggs, needed some butter. I haven't seen these at Costco before. I used to order Built Bars all the time from their website, and the puffs were actually one of my favorites. So I was really excited to see these. These are the coconut ones, and I am really excited about those. These I'd never seen before as well. I'm assuming they're kind of like Cheez-Its, but I'm not sure. I was intrigued. Gary's pretty excited about them if you can't hear him. For some of the frozen foods, of course, the Dino Buddies. The kids love these, especially Alice. And I did get some frozen pizzas just for a night where everything is really chaotic. I like having those on hand. And then these, I've got these before, and all the kids really like them. I got them as like the grown-ups Dino Buddies, but then the kids tried them, and Hugo especially loves them. So I decided to grab a bag of those for an easy dinner night and just kind of mix them and cook them together. But other than that, we're doing some bagels for breakfasts this week for the kids. I needed more pasta. I didn't get a lot of produce from Costco. I've been getting it more at my grocery store lately, but I did get some cucumbers and apples. And then the only other thing that's not food, but I wanted to show you, is I did get a NutriBullet. Costco has them on sale right now for $40 off. And I've been wanting to make like smaller shakes and things like that. And we have a Vitamix, which is great, but I wanted to try this out and see how I liked it. So I did grab one of those. So that's the haul. I'm gonna put all the cold stuff away. You don't need to worry about that, but we're gonna do tons of restock, get that all taken care of. We're tearing apart that pantry, so it's gonna take a while. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is the thing that works the best but gives me the most stress, but I know it's a good idea, is to just pull out basically everything from the pantry, all the snack boxes, all the bins, that kind of stuff, and just kind of get things out because there's a lot of reorganizing. When I initially did the pantry, we ate a little bit differently. We had different things that we often kept in stock. I leaned not as heavily into snacks, but now that's just kind of something that we lean heavily into. My kids need to be fed. They like snacks, so we just try to balance things out. Plus we're just on the go all the time, so it's nice to just have things that are easy to grab and go. And I try to make it as healthy as I can, but they're also kids. You gotta let them live a little. Let them enjoy their stomachs while they still work properly, because mine doesn't work the same as it used to. so that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna get things cleaned out. I have a Halloween stuff in there, candy canes from Christmas. It is just bonkers. So, like I said, let's pull just kind of everything off the shelves, get what we can off the floors. And then I'll either wipe everything down or we'll clean out bins first. We'll see where I'm at. It's the storm before the calm. That's what we're doing. We're creating the chaos. We're moving the chaos because it is chaos in there. Okay, let's do it. Just bought this and I don't even know how many have been eaten. Okay, so here's where we're at. I got everything up off the floor pretty much down here. All of these shelves are cleared off up to this point, and then I did pull a little bit from here. I'm running out of counter space, and I also don't want to get in too deep and not be able to like keep some semblance of organization. So what I'm gonna do is get these containers up back into their spot, and if I need one of them I can always grab it, but I don't want to just assume I need them. I want to get them out of the way. I keep all of my empty storage containers up there at the top, so I'm gonna get those moved up, get these wiped down, and then we're gonna tackle these bins. I know I have quite a bit of stale stuff in here that needs to go. Let's see, we've got probably duplicate bags of things that have like tiny bits of crumbs in them, and then all of this stuff needs to be gone through. I did get some bins from Target that are a bigger size of these, so I'm gonna probably swap out a lot of this stuff for those. And once I get these refilled, that will also pare this down. And then it's just going through this stuff.
I'm thinking you were made for me. Isn't it my birthday yet? Cause I gotta say, you're looking like a gift for me. Wrapped up nice and neat, baby. Get in my way now, don't be shy. We'll be here dancing day and night. Get in my groove now, don't be shy.
I'm just getting everything cleaned off. I'm gonna use my little handheld vacuum here, and then I'm just using thieves cleaner and a microfiber cloth to get everything wiped down. We had some cans of cold brew a while back in the pantry, and one of them actually just up and exploded. And so I am still finding bits of cold brew splashes. That's why I'm wiping off the wall right there, because I already found a spot that I missed. So it definitely took a little bit longer to get everything wiped down, but there's far less cold brew splashes now because of it. I'm sure there's still some somewhere, but we got the worst of it, and I didn't even realize that it had seeped under one of the white baskets. So I'm really glad that I finally got that cleaned off. It did stain the shelf a little bit, but these shelves need to be repainted at some point anyways. And I'd like to kind of just tear apart this whole pantry and put in like counters and stuff someday, if possible. I don't know, we'll see. But almost done getting these wiped down, and then we'll start going through all of the baskets. See, Gary's so helpful.
Things I love, Sunday morning breakfast with my bedroom door locked. I like everything that has a cherry on top. Get on my list of the things I love, love, love. You could be the one I trust. All the second chances, they are nothing for us. I like it all with the cherry on top. Be one of the things I love, the things I love, the things I love, the things I love, 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 love.
Okay, so I got those shelves wiped down. I am eager to get through these bins because I know there's probably a lot of stuff that just needs to go. A lot of like basically empty bags. So I'm gonna clean these baskets out, set them aside. I think what I wanna do is just restock all of the snacks so I see what I have left, because I usually put my back stock in these bins, so it makes sense to do these things in tandem. So let's clean out these bins, see what kind of space we have, and then we'll restock all of the snacks, which is kind of exciting.
the things I love. Sunday morning breakfast with our bedroom door locked. I like everything that has a cherry on top. Get on my list of the things I love, love, love. You could be the one I trust. All the second chances, they are nothing for us.
When I'm restocking the snacks, I often have just a little more than I can fit in the container. And instead of just keeping all the boxes or keeping everything randomly like dispersed, I just keep reusing Ziploc bags and I keep them all together and grab them when I need them. And it's coming really handy. I feel like I maybe a few too many Ziploc bags going in here right now, but I'm just gonna fold all of them and put them into one to keep it all organized, because I'm sure I'll need some with the restocking, but I don't necessarily think I need 6, but we'll see.
Wide awake is the way that you left me, side by side in your car in the backseat. Wide awake is the way that you left me, oh. Now it's clear we are here back at your house, and I keep fading into the background. I'm wide awake, now you keep missing out for sure. Take down your walls and let me, ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, brick by brick now.
So just so you know, I did end up combining the open bags and consolidating them so that I didn't have multiples, because everything in there was still fine. We just really lost our minds on those chip pretzels and just kept opening new bags. So I did combine everything that I could for these baskets, and then I'm just going to organize it into certain categories. So once I am done cleaning these out, I will show you how I organized everything. It is much, much better, far better organized than I think it has been the last few times that I've cleaned out the pantry. I'm actually very proud of myself.
Take down your walls and let me, ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, brick by brick now, let me, ooh, ooh, ooh. I wanna be.
Okay, so far we have all of like our bagged chips and everything in here. I've got like breakfast stuff, so backstock cereal, chia seeds that Connor puts on his oats. I have these that I make sometimes, and then various toppings for said oats. And then in here, this is where we'll put a lot of our backstock, things that we have left over from restocking. And then this is kind of tentative, just so we actually eat the crackers and everything. I got this basket at Target. It's one of their Bright Room ones. We use them throughout the house. So I threw the crackers in here. Don't know for sure if they'll stay here, but this seems to be an okay solution for right now. Also, I'm not sure where I'm gonna put it in the pantry yet, but it does consolidate all of the crackers so I don't find them in random places all the time, in theory. And then I refilled the raisins, so that's exciting. Now we're gonna tackle all these guys. Okay, so we have a lot of snacks, and a lot of, or at least like some of the big ticket items are the goldfish, and then my kids got really excited about veggie straws. So when I was at Target, I was looking at their Bright Room stuff, and they do have the bigger size. They used to make one that was as long as this one, but it was really wide. They don't make that one anymore, which is disheartening. But they did have these, and these are like $12. So I just grabbed 2 of them because we have goldfish and veggie straws and figured I could make it work with that. We're probably not always going to have both at the same time. But I love things like this because they're multi-purpose. Like you can use them anywhere in the house. But today, these are goldfish and veggie straw baskets. So I'm gonna shift some things around. I've got nothing huge that's out of the ordinary, just a lot. So let's tackle the snacks, get them all restocked, shift things around a little bit, and then probably tackle these bins. I only slightly regret starting this project. I'm gonna be so happy when it's done though. It's just the hard part, the chaotic part. But we power through. Okay. Ooh, am I cutting tags off? I'm really bad about doing that.
Take down your walls and let me, yeah, brick by brick now let me.
Oh, I fit that whole box in there. Yeah. Look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's so beautiful. Well, it is, again, a lot of snacks, but we do a pretty good job of balancing it out. I usually only do a big snack restock like every month and a half, depending on the time of year. Like times in the summer, we don't go through as many because there's a lot more fresh things in season. So we lean into that a lot more heavily. But especially during the school year with everything going on, having this stuff on hand is really, really nice. And we typically try to balance it out. So like the things like the veggie straws, the goldfish, those are standards. A bag of those will go to school pretty much every day with all 3 kids. So we do go through those pretty quickly, but they're also going to have like carrots, strawberries, apples, fresh things in their lunch as well. So it is all balanced out, which is awesome. And there's also a couple little packaged things for Connor and I. Protein bars are something that we both enjoy, and I usually lean into the stuff that has more oatmeal in it, which my kids don't love as much, so I kind of get all of those myself. The Bobos are really good. I keep calling them Bobs, so sorry if I confuse you later in the video, but the Bobos are the peanut butter jelly things. They are delicious. But I'm almost done restocking all of the snack stuff. I've got these animal crackers. I'm gonna put the rest into a Ziploc bag. And then the cheese crackers, these things are so good. If you can get them, I definitely would recommend them. They're delicious. So here is how our bin turned out. We've got all the leftover veggie straws in here. I can't imagine these are going to last super long, so this should clear out relatively quickly. And then just the rest of the leftovers, which I will be able to refill easily as well. And then we still just have the chips, and then breakfast stuff, just backstock cereal and all that. So I'm gonna get these put back on the shelf. I ended up removing the tiny basket, and I just added the Bob's PB&J's and the little bits of granola into this bin with all of the protein bars. So we've got all the snacks consolidated there, and then I forgot the almonds, so it has a little home there now as well. So that's looking good. We're gonna get these bins put back, get my produce baskets up here, and then we'll tackle those big clear bins that go down there.
Sneaking out at night to laugh with you in secret under city lights. Surprised you never had the guts to figure out.
All right, so I'm switching things around a little bit. We've been eating more pasta, and it's kind of been a problem since I organized the pantry, just not having quite enough room for the stuff that I was definitely at a transition with Alice getting bigger and the kids getting older, and their palates have actually expanded a bit more. So they're more excited about things like spaghetti, which they were not for a while. So I'm expanding, kids are getting bigger, eating more. These bins are Bright Room ones from Target. So I'm going to just kind of shift things around, get a little bit more space so that I can have things a little bit better organized so I stop losing them. But I can't keep the condiment stuff together just because of the size of things and how they fit. So we're gonna swap things over. And I opted for the Bright Room one with the U in it, so it's easier to pull stuff out because the shelves have limited headroom. So, but they do make these that go straight across like these home edit ones that I have, but I opted for this one. So I'm gonna get all this stuff shifted over and reorganized, and then go from there. The snacks was definitely a weight off the shoulder.
How I feel about you. Wish me the best of luck. I'm gonna win your love. Coming to get you, dying to feel your touch. Wish me the best
Okay, so we're gonna tackle the bins here. These are laundry baskets actually that I got through Walmart like over a year ago, and they've held up really, really well. I'm still liking how they work. They slide in and out great. The biggest issue is my dry goods because I accidentally kept buying bulk rice from Costco. So this bin is fighting for its life right now. So I'm going to zhuzh this one up for sure. There might be something in like my little appliances basket that I could get rid of, but otherwise just kind of going through, making sure that there's nothing expired, nothing broken, nothing leaking, get it looking nice, and then that will be it for these baskets, hopefully. Dry goods bin was the one in the worst shape, so I took my time here. I pulled out all of the marshmallows. I'm actually going to do a bin solely for marshmallows up on the top shelf with the other baking stuff. I have some white bins that I got at IKEA that I've had available, and so I'm going to take advantage of that. I have a couple of them so I can spread things out a little bit more, organize things into categories. So there's going to be an official marshmallow bin. Alice is a huge fan of marshmallows, and I like to use them in different recipes as well. I think marshmallows are just really fun. And I found some fun ones at, I think, Home Goods, those Valentine's heart ones I got there. So super fun, but I am just unloading the excess stuff. The brown sugar was two different kinds, but brown sugar is brown sugar, and it was kind of like doing sand art. But I'm also combining the rice bags and got that just in one, so that will be a lot less space here in the basket. But otherwise, the last thing to take care of was the cornstarch, and I had a container for that, and I will show you. I also have some labels, which are the ones that I've used throughout the pantry. I got mine at Walmart, but I know you can get these same labels at, I think, Target. Or no, I didn't get them at Walmart. I got them on Amazon, but you can get them at Target or Walmart too, I believe. But I will link them if I can find them again. But these labels, it's a pantry package, and they're really, really handy, and you can get some for like your garage and stuff too. So lots of options. I found the cornstarch one though, which was very nice. It took me a minute, but I've got that labeled, and she's just going to go in the bin with the other stuff, but hopefully not completely destroy everything it touches now. I don't understand why the cornstarch bag is such a problem, but I always have trouble with it. But the dry goods bin is done now. I'm just going through here. I thought there was more in here that I could get rid of, but there wasn't. It was all stuff that I still use regularly. I was just thinking of stuff that I'd already gotten rid of, and I just thought this bin seems too full, but I'd forgotten that I'd already gotten rid of the stuff. It just needed to be zhuzhed, moved around, and made just a little bit more, you know, nice. I had to redo the Tetris a little bit, but I am getting things vacuumed. We are going to get our bins put back in. I, as usual, will reorganize things, move things around a little bit more, but we're making progress. There's a lot to do, but a lot less of the tedious kind of restock stuff, which feels amazing. So I took a break, and now we're back at it. So what I really want to do is tackle this shelf. So I'm going to prioritize that. I'm going to make my way down. The canned goods and stuff for the most part are pretty good. There'll probably be a little bit of shifting around. And most of the appliances, like the more I've thought about it, are probably going to stay. So it's just moving things around. I have a bunch of these white bins that I want to kind of better organize things in. So I want to make space for that. So we're making progress, but this basket needs to be addressed. So I'm gonna clear this shelf off here, and we will go from there.
Still rough around the edges.
This basket, I pack all of like the stuff I would pack treats in. I have lots of paper sacks, different containers for holiday things. So I'm just I'm pulling out all the stuff that doesn't belong in there, things that I need to get rid of. It also ends up being kind of a hiding place, and I will put just kind of candy, things like that the kids, I don't necessarily want them to have full access to all of the time, and she just gets nestled in here safely, and I know that it's there, but certain humans that live in the house don't know it's there. But that basket is done. It's so much better. I donated a couple of like the Christmas tins that I just wasn't going to use anymore, and I threw away anything that was gross, and now I am just shifting things around a little bit, and I am going to pull some stuff out that just isn't working in here anymore. We actually have been rearranging everything in the house, like, well, not everything, but like our playroom and the office. Connor works outside of the home now, like 5 days a week. So he doesn't really need like a full office for meetings or anything anymore. But I need a space. And so we've actually been changing things around. And so it's now my office, but there aren't 2 desks there anymore. And we have got more space. I think to help keep me accountable with the kids, and like checking in with them and remembering, I'm going to move the chore sticks and stuff into the office. For those of you who are newer, we do these chore sticks. I just used popsicle sticks, and I write down different tasks that the kids can do around the house. We've got the chore jar, which is just the straightforward things. They're supposed to do a chore a day. I've definitely kind of fallen off of that, especially now that school is back in session. But then they also have a money chore jar where they can earn money, and there's 2 different, ooh, you're getting mixed up. There's 2 different shades of green. There's $2 ones for the boys, and then there's usually a darker one for $5, but they really wanted something from Target, so they did all of those recently. But then I also have these pink ones that are more things that Alice can easily do, and she gets $1. But we've been doing that with these little checklists. These also don't get as much attention, I think, just because they're in here and they're kind of hidden. So I'm going to move a lot of this probably into the office, because the kids come in and check in with me like every morning, because I'm usually up editing, hanging out with you guys. So that'll clear up a little bit of space in here, but also I think help us stay on track a little bit more too. So the chore sticks are no longer in the pantry. I hope I remember to tell them. I will. We'll organize my office on a later date. I'm very excited. I've never had a spot before, like all my own. It's not. I share it still, but you know what I mean. Okay, I'm gonna move these.
That's cool with you, cool with you, cool with you. 'Cause that's cool with me, cool with me, cool with me. Is that cool with you, cool with you, cool with you? 'Cause that's cool with me, cool with me, cool with me. Maybe I am selfish, 'cause I want you to myself. Yeah, I know your friends are waiting, but we both know you wanna stay, just like nothing has changed. No matter how hard you try, you cannot push me out, so just listen. I've been thinking of you since you broke it and moved to LA. And no matter how hard I try, I cannot get you out of my system. I know we both have some things left to say. Can you stay a little longer? Can I make you change your mind? Yeah, I know that it's over.
We are going to zip through the rest of the few bins before we finish here. This is just a little one for Gary's like filters for his water bowl and everything, but I wanted to make sure that he had a spot for all of his stuff while still being able to display my very nice crock pot and toaster, and I wanted to make sure that I could get to his snacks easily, because he is very treat motivated. He does love a good treat. This is where we used to keep Harley's stuff, but now she's passed. We don't need it, and so I moved over the running stuff. These are our fuels for long runs. Connor and I both like to run a lot, and I wanted to put this somewhere that's more accessible, and it'll be easier to keep track of what we're running low on, no pun intended. Just because it's a real bummer when you're going on a long run and you don't have a goo that has caffeine in it. Like, it's important. And speaking of caffeine, I'm hitting the little coffee shelf up here we have lots of syrups and stuff from when we make lattes. I used a jar to put my decaf K-cups in, and then we just have the regular coffee pods as well in the big bin because we go through those a lot more. All the white bins in here are like first aid, cookie cutters, cake decorating things. So I need to make labels for those at some point, but I know what they're in and the order. Otherwise, I'm just hitting these bins. I made a bin specifically for like melting chocolate, chocolate chips, cocoa powder, things like that, like all things chocolate. I have mixes and then just other odds and ends for baking that I've put into categories. And then of course the marshmallow bin, which is very important.
I hope it means that
Switching things up. I'm gonna put all the chickpeas and stuff in this last Bright Room bin that I have from Target. And I got rid of the turntable back here because it's not super accessible and these are easier to see. And the hot sauces are really, really old and we're not eating them. So I'm gonna see if anybody I know wants them. We'll see. Yeah, they're expired. Okay, so I think I'm done. So I'm gonna just vacuum up the floors, get the rolly cart back in here with the Breville. I actually keep like my candles in the cabinet and all the espresso machine stuff on that little rolly island because I didn't like how much counter space it took up. But yeah, let's clean the floor and then I will show you the final result. It feels so nice to have that done. Oh, it's so much more organized.
I hope I'll be something that you won't let go. I'll be your high when you fall down low. I hope I'll be your end destination. You're far away and yet so close. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, you're up in space.
Well, just to see where we started, here is the pantry before we made it beautiful. It was just really messy, really cluttered, lots of things not put away. It was a really busy holiday season and I just kind of let things go in here and it needed just a lot of attention, but it was so worth it. It looks so much better in here. I shifted things around, made things more accessible, like I moved the cereal down so that Alice could reach it without having to climb the shelves because they were starting to break. But everything is just far more organized, placed in ways that are more accessible, like the running things, Alice's cereal, the kids can see the macaroni and cheese more easily, and everything's just a little less cluttered, which feels so good. It wasn't terrible, but it just needed a little love. And here's the Breville cart, as I call it. I keep all of the coffee things or like the espresso stuff in this bin here. And then down in the cabinet, I have all of my candles that I am a little too obsessed with. And then the drawer just has a couple other little things. So that thing comes in really, really handy and has given a lot more space. But otherwise, we just have all of our baking stuff, everything. It just looks so good in here. But that's everything. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I so appreciate it. I hope you found this motivating. I will link as much as I can down in the description box, but let me know how you're doing. If you're not already, subscribe to the channel, continue to hang out, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Be something that you
It's me, Ria. Welcome back to my channel. I hope that you are doing well. Today has already kind of been busy. Basically, every time I've tried to come and do like the actual list of things that I need to get done, I've found other side quests to do. Whether it be like work related or kid related. It's just been a day already. It's already like 11:30 and it is now time to actually start tackling the list. So this is probably going to end up being a 2-day adventure because it's a long list. My house, disaster. So I am bringing all of the get your house clean in the time that you can motivation today. There's a hair stuck to my face. We are going to be doing dishes. I need to clean my stove. The vent over the stove needs to be cleaned. All the stainless steel has fingerprints on it, you know, just all the normal issues with the kitchen, crumbs, clutter. And then we have had snow here in Oregon, which I've mentioned before, but my kids get really excited about it because I'm from Washington State, Eastern Washington State. We would get feet of snow. Snow, not a big deal. I love it. I love feeling like I live in a snow globe inside, safe in my home. But my kids, they don't get to see snow all the time. So the second one singular snowflake falls from the sky, they've got the sweatpants out. They've got the gloves, the hats, the boots, everything that they own on because they also don't know what it's like to truly be freezing. And they're just tracked in a lot. That was a long story to say that there's just a lot of dirt and gross in my house. I did clean my kids' bedroom, so like that's one place we don't need to go, but like my laundry room's a mess, living room, mudroom, everywhere. I forgot about the mudroom. Hold on. So this is probably gonna be a 2-dayer. We're gonna start here in the kitchen. We're gonna knock all that out. And then just kind of snake our way upstairs. I've got my bedding in the dryer. I did manage to get that in the washing machine this morning and remember to move it over. So that's a huge feat in itself. So I will need to make my bed and while I'm up there, like vacuum, clean my bathtub. It's starting to get like a film on it. I've been doing a lot more like baths, Epsom salt baths, because I've been running a lot, and bath bombs. I'm apparently a bath bomb person now. Can I say that on the internet? Bath fizzies. Things that make your bath water turn a fun color and you smell really good. And it's something to keep you interested when the bath starts getting boring and you forgot your book. So I'm cleaning my entire house. It's not all gonna get done in one day. We're splitting it up because our sanity and self-care is important. And I also have to pick my kids up from school and take one of them to a dance class tonight. And I'm going to run club. I absolutely love running. It's one of my very most favorite things to do. I've made wonderful friends, one of which you found me here on the YouTube and you live locally, and now I count you as one of my very best friends. Hey Christine, I love you. So that's the plan. This is long-winded. I did resolve to not make these big long introductions for you and just be like, hey, we're gonna clean today, let's go. But it's just not who I am. So this is who I am, somebody who's very chatty and very excited to hang out with you. And if you're new here, I am just truly glad that you found me, and I hope that you continue to hang out. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not, so that you can just, you know, keep witnessing this fun. I'm fun. I am very fun. Let's get started. We're gonna start by unloading the dishwasher and loading it and washing more dishes. You know, just all the normal stuff. That it's really just starting to feel like Groundhog's Day here in my house. Just every day, the same thing. The only difference is my outfit. Do you like this? It's new. Got it on sale from Aloe. I'll link it. I love it. It's so comfortable. Okay, let's start. Stop stalling, Maria. Get to it. Okay, so it's been like a solid 20 minutes since I said hello to you. It's just been a day, very busy. I've talked before about Foggy Brain Week. In a previous video, I'll tag it. It's a very short-winded thing, but I just call it every month. I have a week where it's just Foggy Brain Week. Ria's got a foggy brain. It's hard to keep track of things, hard to stay on task. I'm like a perfect storm of chemicals, hormones, ADHD. And it's harder to get things done during Foggy Brain Week, and I'm fighting for my life right now. I will do better if I just get things cleaned up. So I'm gonna stop stalling and getting distracted by other things. I'm gonna unload that dishwasher and then do the full sweep of the kitchen, because that will help my brain. When it's really messy and chaotic, it is that much harder for me to focus. And I'm just distracted by all the clutter. So I'm putting my blinders on. It is 12 o'clock. I'm gonna make it my goal to be tidying until 2 o'clock. 2 hours might seem like a long time for you, but the way that my brain works and how I can get like stuck on stuff, that's gonna feel like a second to me once I get going. It's just the getting started that I need to do. So let's unload the dishwasher, let's do the dishes, get everything done, and then I have a hard stopping point and I will finish tomorrow within my window because I've got to give myself grace. Oh, foggy brain week. Foggy brain week Rhea. Oh, she's so frustrating. Oh, but also I think foggy brain week Rhea is the funniest Rhea. So, you know, pros and cons. Got the headphones on. I'm struggling. So I'm gonna use this time with my headphones in to listen to exclusively 80s music because I'm gonna go to a Name That Tune 80s night at the end of the month. And I need to brush up because I'm very, very young and I don't know all of the songs from the 80s. So it's the 80s in my ears. And I'm gonna unload the dishwasher. Everything's wet. Jesse's Girl. I know this one. Just stir it. He didn't stir it. He didn't stir. Oh, you can't see. He made hot chocolate. Oh, he didn't stir it. No wonder he didn't drink it. Oh, buddy. Alright. I mean, if that's the worst thing that happens to him today, it's a pretty good day. Although, for an 11-year-old, this could really set you back. Well, mercifully, there were not a lot of dishes to hand wash, which I'm always grateful for. So I'm going to finish getting these washed up and then scrub out the sink a little bit. Like I said, sorry for such a chatty beginning. Foggy brain week, she really gets me. And I can be very, very chatty, talk for hours, or just stare off into oblivion sometimes. And it was just kind of a chatty day. And the house was just cluttered enough, like I said, that it's just hard to concentrate. And I know some of you have also said that it is harder to, be productive when the house is messy. So I knew that I could sit and stare off into oblivion, or I could just put some fun music in and get things cleaned up and be productive, get things done, and feel so much better, have a calmer brain, and then, proceed to stare off into oblivion, because that's okay too. That is okay too. I don't know, some of you might have a Costco. Our Costco has these Godiva cookies. Right now, they're like chocolate chip Godiva cookies. I don't know if you've tried them. They, I think, have changed my life. And I just wanted to tell you about them because they're delicious. And I, right now, would love to just sit and stare off into oblivion eating those cookies. It would be magical. But I don't currently have any. So if you have some, please eat one in my honor. But I'm finishing up here with the sink, and then we are going to start tackling the counters and the vent over the stove. Just a lot of surface level stuff, but we're going to knock it out. I think it might be over for us. Alice Cooper. If all of the artists at the 80s night are hair bands, I'm set. Oh no, Rhea, that's too many. Sometimes I think about the chance of Alice meeting somebody and she decides to marry them and take their name and their last name is Cooper. I feel like in this day and age, it would be like less like, oh, Alice Cooper. But still, to me, it's funny. That would be funny. I should have her listen to Alice Cooper more. No, she's 5. But now Kenny Loggins, it's the Footloose song. The Footloose song is in. And I would absolutely play every song that I've heard for you, but I would get a copyright infringement. So, sorry. Just picture Kevin Bacon, you know? I am making my way through the kitchen. I do just want to talk a little bit about, I know I mentioned lots of foggy brain, but also honestly, I'm very tired on this day. It just happens, where all of the mom overwhelm kind of catches up. Just a lot on your plate. Life throws lots of curveballs and mine is no exception. And on this day especially, I'm just feeling really tired. But the overwhelm makes it hard to settle. So I often just try to find things that I can control. And I've mentioned it before, cleaning is just one of those things that I can do where I can just kind of take control, get things organized, and I just kind of lean into that when I can. And I always feel better after I clean up. And I know that a lot of you have things going on in your life and that there are ways that you cope, and I totally am just sending you all the good vibes. I've been, trying to listen to upbeat music. I take time to play the piano when I can because it brings me joy, running, that kind of stuff. But sometimes it feels like no matter what you do, you're just still overwhelmed. So I totally empathize with that, and I'm sending you all the positive vibes. If you are cleaning with me, let's get this done. Let's get through it. You got this. I'm cheering you on. Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer. Everybody knows that one.
All the right words, words from your mouth, holding me tight, saying I'm all yours, but I'm feeling my gut. It doesn't feel right. I see in your eyes. Tell me no lie, 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 lie. Tell me no lies. Tell me no lie, 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 lie. Tell me no lies. Tell me no lie, 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 lie. Tell me no lies. Tell me no lie, 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 lie. Let's talk about your ex. Let's talk about your ex. Baby, I'm in 100%. We've been a year, but you struggle to keep pace. Done everything right. My heart is a mess. Now you need to talk. Tell me now that
Beach Boys, Kokomo.
lie, 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 lie. Tell me no lies. Tell me no lie, 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 lie. Tell me no lies. Tell me no lie, 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 lie. Let's talk about your ex. Let's talk about your ex. Tell me, are you really over her? Or am I gonna be the very next? I can feel your heart race to her name. I can take a lie, but I can take the rain. Let's talk about your ex.
Oh, We've got all of the stainless steel clean, the stove, the vents, dishes. We are making our way through. Now we're just tackling the island. This tray is pretty full, and it still was pretty cluttered once I pulled out all of the stuff that I knew I could pull out of it, but I do love having this tray because sometimes there's just that stuff where you just don't quite have a spot for it, or you're waiting to take it somewhere, and this tray has definitely come in handy because it does get just really cluttered in the areas. But if I can organize the chaos, it definitely helps. And I have been kind of switching spots. Sometimes I edit and work in the office. Other times I just get antsy being in the same place, so I move around. I'll sit on the couch or sit on the island. So I've been in a number of different places, and things are starting to get scattered. So it was nice to kind of consolidate all my stuff again, get the island nice and clean, and just have my nice little organized chaos tray, which honestly I should trademark that and market those. Organized chaos trays. Would you buy one of those? I would. I did. I guess I have one technically. That's just what I'm going to call the tray on the island now, is the organized chaos tray. But kitchen's pretty much done aside from the floors. We are tackling the table and we are making our way over to the living room. My kids have been doing so much coloring, and they love to like have printouts of characters that they really like, and they'll color them and then they'll cut them out and they'll play with them like action figures, which honestly is great because there's a lot of characters that aren't action figures, and also printing something out to be colored is a lot cheaper than buying an action figure. So I am all for it. The only downside is that we are completely out of printer paper right now, and that stuff's kind of expensive, but my kids love coloring, so I don't want to completely deter from that. So I would much rather buy another ream of paper than an inordinate amount of action figures. So now we've got all that tidied up, we're going to do the gathering of the Gary toys and then tackle the living room. Let me know down in the comments how you are doing. What have you got going on? I love hearing from you.
Okay, kitchen is clean, kitchen nook is clean, floors still not clean, but we did get all of Gary's pom-poms. I think. I'm probably gonna find more. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna mop all of the hard floors here, and then we will tidy up the living room. I'm running out of time on my set be done in 2 hours for this portion. So once I'm done doing that, I think I'm pretty sure my bedding is dry. So I'm gonna go make my bed and then move on for the day. It's been a struggle to stay on task, but the 80s has been helping. I just left off Michael Jackson's Beat It, which is good, but I'm gonna focus on this floor because it's really gross.
I've been waiting all my life for someone like you. I would watch the days go by, wasted in blue. I was out of use. Now every day, every night, every moment with you, I'm walking on air. And every day, every way, I feel I can't lose. I wanna shout it out, ain't no limit.
We managed to get everything mopped and Gary stayed relatively calm. He'd napped most of the morning, and I should have known that that meant that he was going to be a bit of a terror after. You see him sitting there over by the wall. He's just plotting, just thinking about all the ways that he can, be the most Gary of Garys. And you'll see when I make the bed, he's just really ready for attention. He's got an obsession with Nerf darts. He plays with the kids' Nerf darts more than the kids play with them. He just loves them and he carries them around everywhere. They're all over the house, and I thought it was the kids, but it turns out it was Gary. So I'm not mad. Nerf darts are relatively inexpensive, but they're just everywhere and it's kind of driving me nuts. But I'm gonna get this area vacuumed. There are currently no Nerf darts on the floor. And then we're gonna head upstairs and make the bed. My Dyson's holding together. That attachment will still mostly stay on. And I just think I'm gonna use this vacuum until the very end. Either I'm gonna use it until it no longer works, or I'm going to eventually expire and this subpar Dyson will still exist. And it'll keep getting passed down to my children, my grandchildren, and they'll probably just be like, this is an okay vacuum. I really wish that the attachments had the buttons that hold them in though.
We're good. Oh, that's so much better.
Strangers
Most of it's dry. Got that going.
You stepped into my life, such a magic feeling when you tore down my walls.
We are tackling the bed. Again, unfortunately, not everything was dry, but the main things were dry, so it would be easy to get most of it done. But it was a bit challenging with Gary being very Gary. He loves those darts and it's so adorable. He just has the funniest timing. And he definitely is persistent. He will meow at like 11 o'clock to go try and find a dart and bring it, and because he wants to play. He just loves them so much. And look at him. I absolutely cannot say no. Probably one of the reasons why I'm so tired is because I'm throwing darts for him at 11:30 at night. But he's so cute. Did you see him? He's adorable. But I'm just getting the bed made. We do have a duvet cover, and honestly, I am good at putting a duvet cover on. This moment in time is not a good example of that. I was just having the hardest time. And I'm just going to blame my sleep-deprived, overwhelmed mom brain. And also Gary. Look at him. He's laying right on it, making it impossible. But he's cute. He's so flipping cute. You can't stay mad at him. There he is with the dart again. Oh my goodness. Look at him. I'm just struggling though. I'm so sorry. I'm good at it. You turn it inside out, you grab two ends, and then you just turn it right side out by flipping it down. It's really, really easy, but holy cow, I just couldn't do it this time. I eventually get there, but I kind of give up for a little bit. But this was exhausting, and I still couldn't finish making the bed because everything wasn't dry yet. So we'll tackle it in the morning.
I always have to wait for everything else to be dry.
Like strangers again.
Well, on to day 2, I was just showing you, we got snow again, which was very exciting. It didn't stick or anything. 2 of my kids were at school. I had one homesick, but we didn't get anything tracked in, which was nice. But I still have a couple of things to do. I finally finished making the bed. We're going to hang out with Gary, clean up a couple other things, but almost done with the list.
He never stopped. He's literally been doing this all night.
Just didn't think we'd end up this way, like strangers again. Strangers again. Like strangers again. Oh, I know things will never be the same. Like strangers again.
Okay, the bed is finally done. I didn't bother putting the comforter on because I get too hot with it. And so it's officially done. The bed is done. My bathroom's not too bad, but I need to clean my bathtub. You may understand why. That's where I put it after I had to deal with the real reason for the plunger. So I'm gonna clean my bathtub. Otherwise my bathroom's fine. I might mop the floors in here a little bit just because that guy. And then I wanna vacuum my bedroom and my stairs. I still haven't addressed the mudroom. We did get some snow today. So part of me thinks, is it worth it? But I will be so much happier if I tidy it up now so it's not like double terrible later. So I am going to spray the bathtub down with Dawn dish soap, or like Dawn power wash, let that sit, because it does need to be cleaned anyways. Like there's a ring, like it's getting gross. Like I said, Rhea's been dabbling in the bath bombs. Not mad about it, but now I have to like clean my bathtub more. So pros and cons, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna go get my supplies, get the bathtub sprayed. I'll let it sit for a little bit so it can really work, and we'll go from there. I just wanna say, there's no shame in clogging a toilet. That wasn't me though. I did not do that. I fixed it. Very handy. It wasn't me. But if it's been you, it's okay. It happens.
Yeah, you take my love for granted. We keep on talking from body to body, yeah.
I've said it before, the Dawn Power Wash is amazing for cleaning like the bathtubs and the showers, and that with the combination of a Scrub Mommy, oh, it's perfect. It makes just such quick work of the bathtub. I have a big bathtub. I didn't use it a lot when we first got it, but I use it so much more now, so I have to like clean it more often, which I guess is fine, but the power wash definitely makes it better. And I don't know if you noticed, just off to the side, Gary, some of his favorite places to sleep are the sinks. So if we can't find him, we usually check the sink. And I'm so sorry I didn't get a shot of him in the sink, but he will just sleep in them. He likes to sleep in one of the sinks, a specific sink in the kids' bathroom, and then he'll also sleep in my sink. So I typically, like, I have his regular haunts now if we aren't quite sure where he is. We just check the sinks, or he'll be hiding behind my laundry hamper. He just has a couple of spots that he really, really likes to be, which is hilarious. And Gary, you know, he spends the whole day with me, and I talk about him a lot. He's my entire personality right now, but he is just delightful. I have so much fun with him, and he's so sweet. And I love that he just follows me everywhere. I miss Harley, our dog that passed away back in November. I miss her because she was my shadow. And I wasn't sure if Gary was going to kind of bring the same energy. And he definitely has his own vibe, but he still like Gary has that sweet, follows me around, and I love him. He fell in once during a bath. Hilarious. Learned nothing.
Okay, so the bathtub is done. The bathroom's fine. I'm not gonna spend time doing more cleaning that's not necessary, but I am gonna clean the floors. So I'm gonna vacuum the floors just to get like all the hair off of it, vacuum the mats, and then make my way into my bedroom, and then vacuum the stairs, and then just tidy up the mudroom really quick and be done. It was nice to split it up in 2 days. Foggy brain week is always hard. The first day is always the hardest, and that was yesterday. And today, it's a little less bad. Just a little less, though.
I'm laying down it to compile it. Oh no, I see you only when you're ballin'. Oh no, I don't even care to die. I'll see you in a while, cause this time I will choose you, yeah. like this. Holding in a bag full of goods and needs. I need a night like this. Knowing it's a risk cause you're using it. You got all your secrets. I can't seem to move this thing. You're pulling me out and I'm right back in. The sideline where you wanted me. I'm by the byway, waiting for your lead. I don't wanna fall in love like this, but I can't help to fall for you repeatedly. I don't wanna seem to shaky, oh no, like I'm sudden but I'm steady, oh no. And they tell me to move on cause I deserve more, but still I wanna choose you, yeah. Now choose. You know exactly how to look like this. Holding in a bag full of goods and needs. I need a night like this. Knowing it's a risk cause you're using it. You got all your secrets. I can seem to move this thing.
Were you playing with this?
Right back in. I'm on the sideline where you wanna be.
High five. Do you want this? Stop.
Gary is just lucky that I have developed a very good habit of holding on to something when I go down the stairs. I had a string of unfortunate falling down the stairs when I was pregnant with Alice. I would often lose my balance even when I was holding on to the rail, but it's just kind of stuck with me and I've tried to make a really good habit of holding on. So he's lucky. He's lucky that I was unlucky for a little bit, but every time I would slip down the stairs, they would make me come in. It became this big thing. And ever since then, I've just tried to be good about holding on to the rail. And that cat definitely has it out for me when I am on those stairs. So I have to be careful.
Oh. Needed it. You.
I want to be there and baby dance the night away. I let my head down if I won.
We have finally made it to the mudroom and we are going to make a quick work of it. I've just got a lot of shoes going. Got to get those back in their baskets, and all of the running shoes have kind of started to migrate into the house again. So I want to get them back out into the garage just because of the weather and everything. I like to have them inside so that they can dry, but they do start to pile up and I don't have a good spot for them inside. I really should. But then at that point, you couldn't get in and out of the mudroom because there's it's excessive, the amount of running shoes and sneakers that I have. I'm a sucker for a good sale, and if I can find a nice pair of Nikes on just a killer deal, you can bet I bought them, and I just love them so much. It is definitely a weakness of mine, but if you were listening, I don't pay full price for them, so technically it's okay to like all of those Nikes, right? That's how it works. If it's on sale, it's okay. I know that that's not a great mindset. It's like when you go to the dollar store and you buy a bunch of stuff and you're like, everything's $1, it's great. And then you buy 100 things. How much money are you spending?
He'll try to run to the garage, and it's really hard to get him out from under the car.
You can. Baby, let your head down, be a little wilder. Baby, kick your shoes off, you don't have to hide it. Baby, let your head down, be a little wilder. Baby, kick your
Well, my friends, we are pretty much done. I managed to get quite a bit cleaned. It took a little longer than I would want it to, but my brain feels so much calmer. And I hope that if you were cleaning along with me, that you have been able to accomplish what you needed to as well. I hope that you're taking care of yourself. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I so appreciate it. If you aren't already, consider subscribing to the channel. Continue to hang out. I so appreciate you, and I will see you next time. Bye.
To be wilder, I don't fit into